Well, it has been a hot minute. We didn't record last week. You were sick, and then we had an international break. So it's been a good 2.5 weeks of just cleansing of the palate, cleansing of the EPL palate. You are listening to Talking Tactics, the number one spot, and I will stand by that number one spot to listen to for all EPL SuperCoach content, joined by the two most attractive men in the space, SE Whisperer, myself, SE Deadly, my better half. Mate, how are you?
Mate, I'm going good. I've somehow been sick for 3 weeks, and I'm still somehow recovering. But yeah, it's been all right. First week without a podcast to actually do all right, so I can't, claim that I was great or anything. But yeah, we're looking good.
It do be like that. Yeah, I had the first 2 days off this week from my employment because I was not well myself. So that time of the year. But yeah, look, it's been a minute since we've had an EPL podcast, and it's been about 2 weeks since the last ball was kicked. So not really much relevant information from 2 weeks ago. What we're going to do, we're going to rip through pretty much all of the preview. We'll talk about the key scores and basically the injury and rotation risks. Watch list has changed dramatically because, it's been such a long time between drinks, but that is the beauty of international football. But let's get straight into it with rounding up game week 7.
We'll have a look. Of course we'll have a look.
Feels like a absolute age ago that we saw Bournemouth 3, Fulham 1, Anton Semenyo, star of the show. Everyone has him except for me. And I feel like I was his biggest supporter, biggest fan. And yeah, I don't own him. 2 goals, 1 assist, absolute freak. Ryan SENSATIONAL of Tottenham fame was 16 points with a goal. And our boy
of FIFA 16 Wonder Kid fame, Ryan SENSATIONAL.
Oh, yes. And our boy, mostly my boy, he can't keep getting away with this. Insert Jesse Pinkman. It's true, but with a 15-pointer and an assist of 0.01 XGA, you absolutely love to see it. And putting it in your face because you still don't own him, despite him being you're my guy of the preseason.
What a guy! What a guy! Yeah, I mean, he's definitely helped you. Him, Joe Rodon, those boys. They've sort of become like the guys. Even Quinton Hartman, who's just hauling for no reason now as well. So shout out the boys. We love them.
Yeah. Big ups to Truffaut, who averaging 9 points this year in defense, which is like elite territory. Yeah, absolute king. From an injury and standpoint, nothing huge from a SuperCoach standpoint. Lukic was subbed off in the 14th minute, missed 4 to 6 weeks with an abductor issue. If you own him, sure. But yeah, look. Hot take, Anton Semenyo is very good. Got racially vilified against Liverpool and has turned into 07-08 Ronaldo.
Might be 07-08 Ronaldo might be unders with how good Antoine Semenyo is playing, to be honest.
Has turned into 23-24 Mo Salah.
If Antoine Semenyo is at Bournemouth in the 2026-2027 season, I will do a nudie run across Cronulla Beach.
He has. I don't want to put a pin in the bubble, but he has overperformed drastically.
100% he has, but he's still great.
I think he's a guy similar to like a Heung-min Son, similar to like a Jamie Vardy that will always overperform. I think he's just a very good finisher. He's added that to his locker this year, but yeah, I'm not expecting this to continue. I feel like I said that in Game Week 4, and we're now 3 weeks after that. So who knows?
It'll continue, but not to this crazy extent that he's doing it at.
No, agreed. Leeds 1, Tottenham 2. Mohamed Kudus with the generational game. Where was this when he played for West Ham? Absolute fraud. 18 points, 1 goal, 1 assist. Okafor, 11 points with a goal. And speaking of FIFA Wonder Kids, 11 points, 1 goal.
My biggest thing with him when he was a FIFA Wonder Kid is he went straight to Bayern pretty much instantly. So... And in FIFA career modes, they always have that cool-off period where it's like, hey, they just signed a contract. You can't sign him for a year. Yeah. And he was like, the guy doesn't sign, but now he's gone to Bayern, so you can't.
Yep. No, agreed. Yeah, always tried to pick him up. But yeah, he got on the score sheet for Tottenham. Someone who didn't get on the score sheet, Xavi Simons. Oof, boy. We'll chat about him. Lucas Perry back in goal, or back after the international break with Carl Darlow holding down the fort. A hot take. Carl Darlow has been very good.
Carl Darlow has been really good.
Carl Darlow might actually stay as the number one, which is crazy. But yeah, fantastic if you picked him up. If you still have picked him up, he'll be good enough regardless. It's the beauty of having a keeper. But he's played really, really well.
gonna quickly another hot take for you. Is Sean Longstaff better than Prime Pele? Because he might be.
Yeah, look, he might be the guy. He is £9 million. He is up 5.1 million on the season. So
He's
shout
got
out
a
if you went
negative
for him.
16 break even.
We didn't record at the end of game week 6 out of game week 7. He would have featured in the top 10 most bought. We would have said absolutely do not buy him.
He would have been number one. I would have said yes, do buy him, because I did buy him myself personally, and I am thriving.
Yeah, his last 3 weeks 6, 33, 8. So big ally.
And I'm playing him this week against Burnley too. This is gonna be wonderful.
Yes, minus 16 break even. Like he'll be a lot of money. He's if he gets what's he projected 15 points apparently. Sure. If he gets that, then he's going to be nearly the same price as
12 mil.
He will be the same, more expensive than Jared Bowen, which is crazy. So I think we said this in the preseason. Like it's a very volatile game, and be prepared for wild price swings. So if you bought him, fantastic. But this game was a game. Xavi Simons has been bad. So put a hand up and say that maybe he's not the second coming of maybe he's not Kaka.
No, but what if he is?
Game week 37.
He wait until he gets to 4.5 million. 6 million was too much. They knew something. SuperCoach knew something. So now 4.5 million, he's now the guy. It's like Benjamin Sesko. We'll talk about him.
I was going to say real Benjamin Sesko vibes.
3.5 mil straight back up to 6.
Love that. Love seeing B Sesko in my forward line. But yeah, Simmons, I think you ride it out. Like you just wait for a return or two. Like it will come when we don't know. Soon. But yeah, the price will go up and then probably jump off. Like it's just a little bit inconsistent for what we were expecting, considering maybe the Bundesliga tax is real. Maybe they are a bunch of frauds. Arsenal 2, West Ham 0. I forgot this game existed. We sacked Graham Potter and signed Ange. I forgot that happened. So sure. Declan Rice 18 points, 1 goal, a clean sheet as well. Hurrien Timber 14 points with a clean sheet. Bukayo Saka back with a goal. Most importantly, back with a pen. We'll talk about him in a second. From memory, I think Gabriel was a huge talking point off the back of his monster haul in game week 6. I opted to go with the cheaper William Saliba. And they both split the points with 11 each. So, yeah, if you went with either of them, well done. Obviously, Saliba being significantly cheaper, he was great. Mate, this penalty situation with Arteta. So, Arteta, we know he's a fraud. Him, Eddie Howe, Robert Hertzler, like all these guys, just frauds that give us no information in press conferences. But at the start of the year, there was reports that Victor Gyökeres was Arsenal's main penalty taker. We're like, sweet, wheels up. Arsenal get a pen in like game week 2 or 3, I think, against Leeds. Gyökeres steps up. Gyökeres buries it. Amazing. Sweet. Gyökeres on pens. Saka gets injured. We're like, oh, amazing. Like, no competition here. First game, Saka's back. Pen straight away. Ball, back net, and Gyökeres owners in the mud.
Yeah. I think there was a couple of different reasons why it happened, to be honest. Well, obviously the Gyökeres pen in game week 3 was without Saka. It was Saka got injured in that game. They got the pen after he was injured, so it was really only Gyökeres. On the plus side, it's really only going to be them two. So if one of them doesn't play, it's going to be the other one. But at the same time, Arsenal have for a few years now just whoever wants to take it just takes it out of the main couple guys, and sort of happened in this one. Saka was the captain, obviously just went, I'm confident, I'll take it, and took it and scored it. Really, really nice pen too from memory.
That's the thing with Saka. Like he's not a Salah, he's not a Ronaldo, he's not like a get the fuck out of the way and give me the ball. I'm taking it. He will like pass it off to people that need it. And like, was it a case of Gyökeres having the pen early on to like get him off the mark or whatnot? I do know that coming into this game, Saka was on, I believe, 99 goals and assists in the Prem, so that took him to 100.
It was his 200th game, and like it was 100th contribution. There was a whole bunch of things that just hit that many milestones in the one game. So I don't know. There's a whole bunch of factors going into it. I'm not looking too much into it. It's going to be one of the two.
Yeah, I'm not prepared to bet on who it is. I really don't know.
Yeah.
But Saka definitely does become an option, even without the pens. He's an option coming back into this because, we all started with him in the preseason for obvious reasons. Got injured early on, came back. We know Arsenal had a very, very good run from game week 7 onwards, which obviously he capitalized on last week. So he is definitely in the picture. But for me, mate, I'm looking at a cheaper asset because we have spoken about at length pretty much how poor the midfield has been for a lot of these primos. Like Bowen's averaging 9.4, Bruno's averaging 8.1. I'm just sort of looking within my team. Ryan is averaging 8.7, fantastic. But there is a man at 8.79 million with a 13 break even who was a superstar last year in a system tailored around him, moves into a different system this year in a new team. It's Eberichi Eze. Now, he becomes very relevant because we did see Martin Odegaard pick up, I believe, a hand injury in the international break for Norway.
He's gotten murdered with injuries. He's had that MCL injury in the game. He's out for 6 weeks, is what they're trying to say now. They're saying anywhere from 4 to 8, looking like 6. Yeah, Eze, wheels up. Absolutely. It's only really him. Like they tried to play Mikel Moreno in this role before. Didn't work. Wanyeri, we know he comes on sometimes to play this role, but realistically, you bought Eberichi Eze. There's a spot now for him to just basically make the midfield his. Surely it happens, right?
Yeah, and obviously you got Zubimendi and Rice, and they're like their focal points. But like Odegaard's done some good things, playing a little bit deeper as well for this Arsenal side. And I think if Eze comes on and kills over the next 4 weeks, obviously with rotation and different cup competitions, and Arsenal are going to go deep in pretty much everything they play, it's going to be a little bit tougher for him to be like nailed. But I think for like a 4 or 5 week punt, if you've been a little bit reserved on trades like myself, I think he could be a really, really good option to be looking at picking up. So he is a guy that I'm looking at. He is. I've sort of sent you my trades, and they're pretty outrageous considering the name for name value that I'm doing this week, and the fact that I'm looking at getting Eberichi Eze in this week could be masterstroke, could be like buying Ollie Watkins in game week 3, could be disastrous. But I think the class of Eze is just too much to pass up when he's. I'm not going to say guaranteed because I don't think anyone's guaranteed in a Mikel Arteta system, but as close to it with the main competition, Martin Odegaard, out. So 8.8 million. I'm very happy to take a punt considering the fixtures they have. It's a 13 break even. Fulham, Palace, Burnley in the next 3. And then it's Sunderland, Tottenham, and Chelsea, Brentford after that. So pretty nice run of fixtures. Tottenham haven't been as great defensively as we think. Chelsea have been a little bit up and down. Palace, and that's at the Emirates as well. So all things line up for me for Eze to be an absolutely unreal purchase. Let's move into United 2, Sunderland 0. United getting away with the win here. Your boy, Money Mason Mount, 18 points with a 1 goal. But we sort of memed about Benjamin Sesko, the fact that he was bottom dollar 2 weeks ago. Then obviously we looked at the draw. We sort of said, look, they're up and down a little bit, but up against Brentford did score that goal. It piqued our interest because he was at 3.5 million, went up to 4.4. Yours truly took the punt on him at 4.4. Very happy that I did because he did pick up a goal, but then does take on Liverpool this week. So it's a bit of a up and down situation. Probably will bench him this week, but yes, Benjamin Sesko, 6.1 million. Very similar price to what he started the year, mate. What are you thinking? Is he a purchase now that he's nailed in, or not nailed, but he's looking like starting for United? Or are you thinking, he was a buy at 3.5, 4.4, but now 6.1 is probably a bit rich?
At this stage of the game, like we're at a point now where you can sort of, like most people, you have around the 6 million mark now. Even all the cheap guys who are pretty average now sort of 6 million. But one thing I've really noticed with Benjamin Sesko, especially the 2 games where he scored the goal, he's played 90. And it's really piqued my interest, that especially because Amarin really didn't trust him the first couple weeks there, especially. Now it seems like he's got his trust as the main guy up there. Look, obviously negative 19 break even this week is going to make you a lot of money. Just basically stepping on the pitch, but at the same time, the Liverpool matchup at Anfield probably. God, if he scores this week, I'm going to eat these words, but there's no, I can't see him scoring against Liverpool. But
That's the question, mate. Like, if you do pick, I think he's a good buy. I'm really liking the minutes. I think 6.1 for a top half team.
Yeah.
Dicey to say top half for United, but I think they are a top half team. 6.1 million for a guy that's getting the minutes that he's getting and probably going to get the chances he's getting now that Mateus Cunha's back and Brian Bromo's playing very well, and obviously Bruno doing what Bruno does. You're buying him this week. I think it's a good purchase, but you're buying him at 6.1 to what I would say is sit him this week.
Yeah, and this is sort of leans back to about game week 2, game week 3 when I spoke about Ricardo Calafiori, who was easily a better cash grab, and I spoke about, he's I would, if I was to get Calafiori, it'd be a 3-week play, and I wouldn't play him for any of those games. Shesko sort of lands in the same boat. Like, I wouldn't play him against Liverpool. I probably would play him against Brighton, so that definitely helps him. But at the same time, he's not going to make as much cash as Calafiori was going to back then.
Yeah.
And I can't trust United personally, but that's just me. So
I mean,
I'm not going to go there, but I guess I can't talk you out of it.
Think back to week 6 when Brentford played United, first game of the round. A lot of us sat Igor Thiago, scored a double. We all sort of moved our trades around to get him as an AA. I know I did through Hugo Ekitike. The problem with this week is that United played the second last game of the round. They played that 2:30 slot on the Monday. So you basically cooked. You can't start him unless you've got Igor Thiago as another forward because he's playing in the West Ham game after them. But yeah, you got to make a decision. If you're paying 6.1, I think you're benching him. I think there's some good defensive matchups this week. I think all your midfielders that you're looking at playing have a good enough base to cover it. So I like the purchase. I think it's a decent long-term play. If he's playing 90, it's going to tick along quite nicely. But then, jumping off. But from this game as well, like Bruno has been so up and down. Like, he's such an automatic man from the spot. We didn't talk about this last week on the pod, but obviously missed a penalty 2 weeks ago. So his price has been sort of tanked. He's been very unlucky. Does play against Liverpool this week. I think he's a good start. Liverpool's defense, I know we said Shesko's a sit, but I think there's just so much threat around Bruno with Cunha and Bromo that he's a good enough play. And we've seen the base that he can tick along with those defensive contributions as well. For Sunderland, mate. All right, next game. Chelsea 2, Liverpool 1. Yeah. This was a very strange game. Liverpool dominating the XG 1 to 1.95. But Liverpool have been in a rut, and I don't know when they're going to get out of it. But I do know that Marc Cucurella did bounce back fantastically. After a couple of poor scores over the previous week, 16 points with an assist. Moises Caicedo, the man that you and I said can't keep doing it, keeps doing it. 16 points with a goal. He can. And your preseason love child, Esteval, 15 points with a goal, absolutely starting. So you have nailed that one, my friend. But for Chelsea, mate, their defense is looking very, very thin in terms of the defensive front. Achimpong and Badiashile came off with knocks, so you would imagine it's my boy Tosin and Trevor Chalobah, which
I think Chalobah's still suspended. So I don't know if he's going to be there.
You are a centre back.
Is Tosin healthy? Like that, I don't even know if anyone in this Chelsea defense is healthy. I'd assume that both these two are like they're knocks, and it's been damn near 3 weeks since the knocks have happened. Surely they're going to be right, and they're definitely going to want to play at least Achimpong. But Jarell Hatto, you are centre back. This is next week.
We finally get it. From the Chelsea standpoint, this Cole Palmer injury continues to niggle. It does not sound good. It sounds like something that we're never going to get a definitive time frame on. I wouldn't be shocked to see him named in. I wouldn't be shocked to see him named in 2 weeks' time. I also wouldn't be shocked to see him not named for another 8 weeks.
They have him down as like very end of October, start of November, like in two weeks' time. Best case is 2 weekends' time.
We've heard like he wakes up and it changes day to day. So it could be 2 weeks. It could be honestly another 8.
The cold is literally like killing it, and
the cold within him.
I'm gonna slightly go off topic. So anyone who knows someone who has arthritis or has arthritis themselves, it's like that. It's like the wind or the temperature changes how the joint feels, and it's how his groin feels is getting changed by that. Only way you can really fix it is if he has the surgery, like
Which
fully,
trying,
or he
trying to
just lets it
avoid.
heal and hopes that it doesn't act up again.
Yeah, it's a
So
tough situation to be in. Like, yeah, I think they're trying to avoid the non-invasive stuff as much as they can, obviously, for obvious reasons. But yeah, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Not an option for now. Enzo Fernandez does become a little bit of an option, but from the Liverpool side of things, like they haven't looked good. But I'll tell you what, they have a brilliant fixture turn. There's a couple of assets that have really bottomed out in price. One being Virgil van Dijk at 8.39 and Mohamed Salah at 9 million as well. Gorgi Mamadashvili obviously made his debut for Liverpool, 3.9 million. Looked okay. I would probably need that Allison injury to be probably double the time that he's going to be out. If he's only out for a month, it doesn't give us a huge amount of price rises. So probably let that one go through to the keeper. But Mohamed Salah, I saw a stat that Johan Victor, the Barcelona goalkeeper, has had the same dribbles per 90, which is 0.1, as Mohamed Salah this year, which is rough.
Huh. Yeah, that's not what you want to hear. That's not ideal.
I think people just sorry, John Garcia, not John Victor. That John Victor, West Ham.
West Ham icon, Forest superstar. Sean Longstaff is the same price as Mohamed Salah, by the way. It's
crack. Mohamed Salah, I'm very happy that I faded at the start of the year. I think nearly 15 million was insane, but now it's becoming 9 million. It's tough to pass up, especially with Liverpool's run. But I think people are finally seeing like the impact that Trent Alexander-Arnold had. For years, people I felt disrespected. One of the most creative players the Premier League's ever seen, and now they're finally realizing that, oh shit, when it went tits up, just give the ball to Trent and he'll fix it. And now you have Frimpong, Szoboszlai, whoever's playing at right back there. It's just not the same. So it'll take Slot a little bit to work out the system to play. But
he's been bad.
Conor Bradley has not been good either. But yeah, 9 million for Mo Salah. It becomes a very interesting point because it does go off to AFCON, but that's not for another 8 weeks.
Yeah,
and does have a 19 break even, but loves to play United, loves to play at Anfield. And after United, it's Brentford, Villa, and then Manchester City, which is not ideal, but then Forest, West Ham, Sunderland, Leeds, Brighton, then off to AFCON. So I think I'd still take the punt this week. I know that the break even is 19, and it could be lower next week, but and you can get him cheaper next week. But it just against United, the back three look shot. I think if he hugs the touchline, he can keep their wing backs quite wide and quite high, and then there should be room to cut in. So very happy. Last 3 games he's played against United, 11 points, 28 points, 10 points. So does love playing against them. But the defense, mate, it hasn't looked great. Ibrahim Konate is doing a trend. I guarantee you he has completed his Spanish on his Duolingo account. He has got 1 foot to Real Madrid, and both wing backs look shot, and Alisson's out. But Virgil van Dijk, 8.3 million, 16 break even for him as well. I'm finding it hard not to look at him as well.
Yeah, I'm with you. He's
it's a set to get for a discount price.
This is, and I don't know if you remember our conversation we had 2 weeks ago. This week was the big defender supermarket sweep. This week for me, we're going all in, hence upgrading the small guys, getting the season long Donnies in. And Virgil van Dijk is definitely one that was on the radar. The 19 break-even is it 19? 16. 16 break-evens definitely helps the potential to wait a week. So, but I'll tell you what, there is no way he's not in my side within the next month. Potentially after the City game, there is no way Virgil van Dijk is... I need a piece of that Liverpool defense, especially after that City game. The run looks really, really nice.
Yeah, and no one else really looks appealing.
Frimpong, if he's actually playing higher up the pitch when Salah leaves, but at the same time, that's 8 weeks away.
Yeah, no, agreed. Let's move into Aston Villa 2, Burnley 1. Aston Villa finally look like prime league dominating Juventus from the mid-2000s. Finally, they're back. Morgan Rogers and Ollie Watkins both scored a goal for England, so shout out if you own them. The points will be coming. I'm drinking the copium. But my boy, Daniel Marlin,
boy.
finally, 21
Finally.
points, 2 goals. Shout out to
Getting
him.
the respect he deserves. Getting the start.
Finally, give the man, let him cook. We said this in the preseason. Like, he's probably one of the best points per minute player in the league. Just give him some game time. Ugachukwu, 14 points with a goal, and Morgan Rogers, 13 points with an assist. Emi Wendia, Forest legend, was subbed off and then subbed on and then subbed off. But yeah, that's about it. Like, Daniel Marlin looked really good. Josh Cullen looked really good. Quinn DeShilly Hartman, oh, my man, with an assist.
What a
Love
guy.
him.
What a
Mate,
guy.
He's been that guy. I remember tweeting about him when 13 people owned him. And now I feel like a big brain genius because he is averaging 7 points and he is
He's been
6.7
like
million.
a comfortable start the past. They've had the toughest run, Burnley. They've had Liverpool, Forest, Man City, Villa, and he's averaging 7.5 points.
Sorry, he's gone. Look, he went 2-13-2 in the first 3 weeks, a bit up and down. Since then, 9-9-5-9. What a guy!
Mr. Consistent against some of the toughest teams in the league too.
I probably will be starting him this week against Leeds at home as well.
I'm tempted. I can't.
Leeds at home into Wolves next week.
I'm at the point where I can't start everyone. Like I'm actually, my team's decent now. This is struggle street.
Also, we didn't get to, obviously we didn't record the last game week. We didn't get to record about our boy Maxime Electric Steve with an absolute howler. He had 2 own goals and conceded 5.
I was out in Sydney for a mate's birthday. This is before I got sick, and my God, mate, it was the worst thing I've ever watched in my life. There was no way he wasn't match fixing for at least one of them.
Our guy. Shout out our guy.
Shout out Electric Steve. What a guy.
Oh, yes. Big up Electric Steve. You put in the thoughts here. How cheap does Ollie Watkins need to get before we look at him again? 3.5, and then I might.
Okay, that's you who's been burnt by him. Me, who hasn't touched him all year. Hey, 6 million after. I'm hoping. Well, look, they have. You know what? They have Tottenham, City, Liverpool, Bournemouth next 4. It would 100% be after that before I even consider any Villa asset.
Yeah, he got to 5.7. He's 6.1 now. Does have a 2 break even. So if he blanks, he probably gets 4. So he's probably 6.2. Yeah, and then he heads into City, Liverpool, Bournemouth at the Vitality. Probably just give it a miss for those 3 weeks, and then
maybe even Leeds at Ellen Road too. They play boring as at home.
Then it's Leeds, Wolves, Brighton, Arsenal, and then West Ham, United, Chelsea. So yeah, pretty good run for Ollie Watkins. If he does dip into the 4s, like if he blanks for the next 3 weeks in a row and he dips into the mid 4s, I'll probably be tempted again. Yeah. I might have a Benjamin Šeško that's capped out that might be need to move on. So happy to go back to the wagon again. Everton 2, Crystal Palace 1. Beating Crystal Palace is not for everyone. Big ups the Moyes. Big ups the Mandem. Big ups Abdul Decore and Dwight McNeil.
Big ups the boys.
Yeah, so yeah, getting a win over Palace and breaking their undefeated streak. Check the bio for anyone that's following the Twitter memes.
Yes.
But yeah, thoroughly deserved win for Everton here. But our boy, there was some discourse in the WhatsApp about Daniel Munoz and people thinking they could sell him and buy him back later. Hot tip: you're probably never getting back later because he's just that guy. Even in a loss, he gets 20 points.
Yeah, imagine. Oh my God, he's so good.
He's just the best.
He's just the guy.
Literally,
we hype him up way too much on this show. I'm sure people are getting sick of it, but
for good reason.
Mate, just we need to own him soon. I'm getting too keen to not.
Yeah, I keep waiting to buy him for like 9 million, but he'll just be 12 all year round. So he's been very good. I'll tell you what. I know that like Ken Drisby Hall has been decent at the start of the year for SuperCoach, but it's a real sliding doors moment because I feel like it was tough to own him or Grealish. So if you did go Grealish, like he's just been world class, and like we know why he moved.
That means so much.
Yeah, we know why he got the £100 million move, and obviously went to a Pep system that was quite sort of systematic and robotic, and he didn't get to flare. But when he's playing, his own footy, like he's been so good, and another 15-pointer for him. And Ismail Assar, I think he becomes a really, really interesting talking point because I sort of looked at him when I bought Šeško and was like, oh look, I probably will go Šeško just because he's playing more centrally and he's a bit cheaper, but Sa is fantastic. I do think from memory they have a bit of a tricky next couple of weeks, but then after that it really opens up. He is 8.96. does play Bournemouth this week into Arsenal. So 2 pretty games. But from 10 onwards, mate, Brentford, Brighton, Wolves, United, Burnley, Fulham. Really, really nice there. Even still, City at Selhurst into Leeds, Tottenham, Fulham, Newcastle, Aston Villa. So a really, really good set of runs. People look at that fixture in 16 and think, oh, a bit tough, but we saw Palace just take it to Liverpool, so they're probably fixture-proof in terms of the attackers.
Yeah. He's a guy who we've spoken about for weeks on end, and just neither of us decided to even pull the trigger or go close to pulling the trigger. I wish one of us did.
Story of our season.
Yeah, yeah. Well, but yeah, he's really interesting. It's just, can you fork out a guy who can you really trust Palace's attack? Like, the defense, we know is unreal, but without the likes of Eberici Eze and Mateta's been pretty average. Like, can this guy really be the next like Eze? Can we pay 9 million for this guy? I don't know. I'd like to see potentially a cheeky price drop in the next couple of weeks after the Bournemouth Arsenal game, or just show me that he can be the guy. But like, he looks good, I'm not going to deny that. But at the same time, paying that price tag for an Ismail Assar, I'm just not 100% on board on. And
yeah,
am I right in saying does he go to AFCON? He probably should, or is he?
Should, yeah.
Is he Ghanaian? No, Senegalese. Yeah, Senegal qualified. Yeah, he's in.
100% go. Senegal have a sick team. Also, very, very important. If you don't want to listen to the rest of this podcast, the next 10 seconds is the most important if you are Jack Grealish owner. He will not play this week against Manchester City. He cannot play against his parent club. He will not play. So keep that in mind.
Shout out to the damn near 100,000 people that creates 30-minute FPL.
Yeah, big ups to them for his 0 points this week. Definitely will not play. We'll put my entire life
Jack Grealish. That's all you need to say. All you need to hear.
Oh, well, you could captain him after I don't know.
After
the VC pops off.
Yeah, after you put your VC on João Pedro.
Yeah, sure. Newcastle 2, Forest 0. Forest suck. Big Ange, not good. My UCL fantasy goat, just a bit of a humble brag. Currently 6th in Australia in UCL and like 100th in the world out of like 2 million people. I do own Dan Burn. I do love it.
What a guy.
What a man. Plays centre back, plays left back, can do it all. 19 points, 1 assist, and a clean sheet. Bruno Guimaraes, 18 points with a goal. And Nick Pope, one of the most expensive keepers in the game. I think I said to you 2 weeks ago, I'm looking at Nick Pope as my keeper. I put him up. He was like 9.5 mil. I was like, never mind.
We went off air. This is actually a funny story. We went off air, and I was looking for a keeper, or Josh was looking for a keeper, and he starts going, oh yeah, like Vicario has been good. I was like, he's like 9 million. I was like, he's like, what about like Nick Pope? And I was like, yeah, he's 9 million too. And it's just like, what the fuck? What is going on? This is when all the Robert Sanchez things was going on. It's just everyone that's been decent was already 9 million.
Sanchez stocks plummeting. Newcastle are a good football team. Forest are not. Nothing of note to watch except Johan Visser. Yeah, back very, very soon.
Potentially this week, probably not though. But
very soon. Very curious to see what happens with Nick Voldemarte. But yes. Forest suck. On to the next.
Big trouble.
Oh, wait. Have you ever seen a manager get hired?
Break the record?
Have you ever seen a manager get hired before Christmas and sacked before Christmas? Crazy.
Yeah, the record's 45 days, and I think Andrew's on like day 35. Do you reckon he makes it?
No, because he's Greek, and then because they just love the Greeks. So maybe he's safe. I don't know. Chris Wood looks bad. Wolves 1, Brighton 1. This was a game. Van Hecker.
I'm happy to just completely jump over this. Van Hecker was good.
Minter
Minte was really good.
He's good. That's about it.
Let's just spend 2 minutes talking about Yakuba Minte, and then that's cool in this game.
Hang on. You've put here John Arias, really impressive first game for Wolves. It's only taken us 8 weeks.
Yeah, I mean, if you care about FootMob ratings, he got like a 7.2.
Oh, so that's good.
Congrats to John Arias.
Let's go to the next one.
Yakuba Minter was really good. 11 in base.
I'm done. We've spent way too long on this game. Brentford 0-1 Manchester City. Haaland gets a goal. Death taxes end. Josko Gvardiol 1 assist and a clean sheet. We just quietly bought him in FPL. Really happy with that. And Diaz with a clean sheet as well. I'll tell you what, this game was fucking boring.
It was a game of football.
It was not, especially when you're captain as Haaland and you've waited all week to watch this game, and it is a snooze fest.
The problem is, I knew it was going to happen just because Brentford at home, every team, all these middle table teams that are sort of like decent are just so boring at home. Like Bournemouth, Brentford, Brighton, who else is there?
Leeds,
they're boring as shit. Yeah, just these sort of below average to average teams. It's just so boring at home. They just sit there.
Like, yeah, we'll take the point. Rodri off after 22 minutes, but should be available for the Everton game. Haaland is inevitable. Josko Gvardiol really good. Igor Thiago couldn't get near it. It's very tough against Manchester City side, and Quinn McKelleher was okay. But sweet. We've managed to wrap up in 35 minutes. Fantastic. Let's move into the SuperCoach talking points for this week, because I do think it is a pretty imperative week when it does come to SuperCoach.
It can't go on like this, can it?
It can.
All right, 179 points last week by PKFC, coach of Peter, with the top score. Fantastic for him. VC of Semenyo, 29 points. Good little loop. Did own Bruno Guimaraes, 18-pointer. Did own Grealish, did own Caicedo. So pretty normal team for what we've been seeing for this team of the week. So
unfortunately, there was no slanderous AEs or anything like that. It was actually a fairly good team. I think he's a Newcastle fan. He had like 4
like a Van Hecker AA.
No, he had like 4 Newcastle players and they all did all right. So
big ups.
Shout out Peter for having a normal team.
Big ups the tunes. I do think there have been some people asking for the league code. Do you have it handy by any chance?
I can grab it. Give me.
Whilst you grab it, I will give a recap on the league. Richie's Rockstar, Richard, first in the mini league and 10th overall. What a champ. 149 points this week. Shout out to him. If you do want to join the league, plenty of people asking in the comments. We will say it once and once only, because this will be the last week that I do promote it. So, Deadly, what is the league code?
League code is 126724. I'll repeat it one more time.
That's your league code.
One more time. 126724.
I did announce some prizes. I can't remember what they are. I think there's some like cash.
There's
cash. Not much.
There's a jersey.
I don't get paid. There's a jersey, and I think there's like a Patreon subscription. So
there's a Patreon subscription. That's the most important one. You can come hear me talk shit.
Absolutely. For every sport, we cover way too many sports. Let's move into the SuperCoach Gameweek preview for this week.
It can't go on like this, can it?
It can.
It can. Let's look at the trade trends. The most popular ins and outs. We'll talk about who's hot, who's not, who we should be buying, who we should be avoiding. Starting off with the most popular players of the week.
We cannot replace him. We cannot.
That's how I feel about Mark Cucurella, just honestly. Love the man to bits. He is Daniel Munoz from Aldi in saying that he has no centre backs and his keeper sucks. So no clean sheets coming for Mark Cucurella, but does play against Nottingham Forest this week, who could not score against an under-7s team. So 6.67 million, mate. He's very, very much bottomed out. Did have a very up and down couple of weeks, but got the return last week. But I think this is the cheapest you'll get him.
Yep. If you don't have him, this is the week I'd 100% buy him.
We talk about
the pretty shock benching, to be honest, against Brentford. Then that just weird game against United that just I still don't know how that was a football game. Into Chelsea just conceding multiple goals to Brighton at the Bridge, which was interesting. So yeah, those 3 games sort of just dropped his price all the way back down from 9 mil, and this is the cheapest you'll get him. So pick him up while you can. He's definitely a guy you're going to want to have, because even if Chelsea don't get clean sheets, he just is so high up the pitch.
Yeah, we talk about getting season keepers at discounted prices. I think, Cucurella could be that.
Yep.
Declan Rice, 9.53 million. I get it. I don't love it.
Yeah. This is like the same thing as like, it was the one a couple of weeks ago.
Gravenberch?
Yeah, that's it. It's the same thing as him.
It's just buying a defensive midfielder. Buying a defensive midfielder who just scored a goal.
Keeper? Like 9.5 million, negative 10 break even. Like, I get it. He's got money to be made. He's going to score decently. But is he a season keeper? Are you really like? Is there another guy you could potentially get that's going to get you more money for cheaper that you're not going to have to sell a potential primo or someone like that to? Rice is cool, but like Moises Caicedo, he's scored and assisted way too much already.
Yeah,
and I'll probably regret that when he scores somehow 2 free kicks against Fulham this week at Craven Cottage. But yeah, he had the ability, especially last week, to go more forward when Odegaard got injured, which is the reason he got that goal. Basically just loitering around the box. But yeah, like it's a no from me, but I can sort of understand it.
Yeah, I get it, but yeah, I mean, look, there's going to be people that rank higher than me this game, but if there's one bit of advice I can give you, it's don't buy defensive midfielders off the back of returns and defensive midfielders that are nearly 10 million. So it's a no from me. Jan Paul Van Heck. Yes, I love a reactionary trade in defender who just scored a goal. 4.67 million, obviously has a very low break even, does take on Newcastle. It's just a no from me.
We actually have a look at Jean-Paul Van Hecker. Negative 12 break even. I mean, look, I've seen worse. I think the own goal from like 3 weeks ago from memory, that was like the dumbest thing I've ever seen. Yeah, here we go. Yeah,
The -2.
He's been average. He's been so average before this game.
He went 2-4-0 -2. He scored 4 points in 4 weeks for a 4-week average of 1.
He can see the pen and then scored an own goal the week after. That's impressive to do. How he still has a 90-minute role was impressive. But yeah, he scored a goal against easily the worst team in the league, and I'll stand by that. Brighton aren't going to get any clean sheets anytime soon. They haven't got one this season. So
no, I can see maybe 2 in the next 7 weeks. No,
I think there's better money makers out there, and if you need a money maker at this time, it's definitely not Jean-Paul Van Hecker because you're never going to play him.
Honestly, I think old Maxime Esteve is cheaper. If you need the cash, I'd rather go there.
Wait 2 weeks for Ollie Watkins.
Literally. All right, next on the agenda is Anton Semenyo, 13.15 million. A lot of cash to spend. Does play Palace this week. I get it, but it's way too much for me.
It's so much money, but depending on who you're trading out. I mean, like if you're doing a double trade out, let's say you have like a Cole Palmer still, just for whatever reason. That's a trade. I think
there's a man in 2 spots that's 5 million cheaper than him that has the same ceiling that I'd much rather have. We'll talk about this.
Look, I agree with that, but I mean, Semenyo's cool. He's cool. That's all I can give you.
If he was 10, sure, but 13's so much.
13.1. He's going to be like 15 after this week as well, as I've been kicked out of SuperCoach.
It's crazy. Yeah, it's no for me, but good player, just too much. Your boy, I didn't think I'd ever see his name on the list.
I didn't even know he was in the database, to be honest. Money made. Nice goal, but
nice bloke.
Nice bloke, yeah. He was so good at Chelsea, just quietly.
Imagine him in an Everton shirt. Oh, yeah, he'd ball at Everton. Him and Grealish. Oh,
what's KDH going to play? 8? No, I'm good.
Just play him out. Yeah, him and.
I don't want money. He's taking KDH's 10. Oh, I'm good. Mason Mount, no. Surely now that Cunha's had a few weeks to get back into it after his hamstring injury, he's going to start. And Mason will come off the bench. No, not at all from me.
Remember when everyone started with Rasmus Højlund because he was like 3.9 million and he was a name?
Yeah, I remember when he left the league.
Yeah, this is the same thing.
What is it with United players leaving for Napoli and just becoming the GOATs as well? Scott McTominay and now Rasmus Højlund. Rasmus Højlund's been like the best player in Serie A since he's got over there.
Yeah, I mean, Christmas card coming to De Bruyne.
Yes,
all right.
True.
We spoke about Anton Semenyo being way too much. I think Bukayo Saka at 8.9 is just a much better purchase.
Yes.
Significantly.
100% yes. If you have a forward that you're selling and you're willing to sell, I think Bukayo Saka is the one, and it's pretty convincing too. Yep. He's a keeper, season keeper, as long as he doesn't get injured.
Yep.
Fingers crossed. And yeah, Arsenal have a beautiful run coming soon, potentially on pens. Potential. I'm not going to say he's on pens. Potentially on pens, but
50-50
yeah, I think
chance. It could be or he won't be. So I
nah,
think
that
even
price for
without the
Saka, I
pens,
like it. 9
even
mil,
without the
9 mil for
pens,
Saka is
9
nice.
million. Yep. Benjamin Sesko, we've spoken about him already. Mohamed Kudus, 9.16 million.
I say, Mohamed Kudus owner, don't do it to yourself. Get Saka instead for cheaper.
Yeah.
He's the definition
so up
of
and down.
could be. He should be like 15 million from what I've witnessed.
Yeah.
But he's still like 9, and it's been a struggle to get to 9. That Leeds game was necessary for my confidence of him.
Yeah, no, agreed. Moises Caicedo, 10.1 million.
No,
I can't.
get Declan Rice instead. Honestly,
no, I can't do it. And
No.
Ricardo Calafiori, 7.86 million. I would rather
Why?
Saliba at 6.6.
Yeah, what? I mean, Calafiori's actually been good. Like I can't fault
Yeah,
that.
he's been good.
Shout out Miles Lewis Skelly.
He's got the minutes, but I'd rather Saliba. If you want a piece of that Arsenal defense,
Yeah,
Saliba
Saliba's
6.6.
the guy. Or honestly, it's Gabriel's 11 mil. Actually, I actually would rather go Calafiori over Gabriel at 11 mil. But
yeah,
at the same time, just go Saliba. Yeah, go Saliba. If you want to piece the
think
defense.
Saliba could be that. Let's move into the people that we got to get rid of.
FTV Claude, I'm going to ask you the same question that I asked.
It's time to go!
Can't believe it. Our boy El Hadji Malik Diouf, top of the list. He's done a wonderful job. He's made 3.9 million this year, up to 7.6. Has had 2 really good returns, and that's all it takes in this game. And his return's been in perfect time too. Low score, return, low score, return, low score. So he's made his money. We sort of said that we would have said last week he was a sell up against Arsenal at the Emirates, but if you did hold him for one more week, 7.6 million. Does take on Brentford, Leeds, Newcastle, Burnley. But the fear is if West Ham don't keep clean sheets in the game that they should be keeping clean sheets in, he doesn't get attacking returns. That 7.6 is going to dwindle down to like 5 pretty quickly. So you want to take your money, and I'm very happy to jump off now.
Yeah, I am jumping off personally this week. He first name in the Talking Tactics Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
El Hadji Malik Diouf. Congratulations, my man. Yeah, I think this is a perfect week to jump off for sure. 14 break even. That's just going to keep getting bigger and bigger if he doesn't get, attacking returns or clean sheets and whatnot. This is the week you take his money. Him to Saliba, you make a mil. I'd do that in a heartbeat.
It's crazy. I don't understand. I'm not the biggest João Pedro fan, but I don't understand selling him this week.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's good. He's cool if he can get the ball, which is a struggle. But surely if you got him, and most of the people who got him at around 10 mil, may as well just hold now.
He's got a 1 in round 1 and then went huge. He's definitely, people bought him at either 9.8 or 11.6, and it's just sort of been downhill. I mean, look, this was coming. Like, he was scoring with every touch of the ball that he had. So, variance does level out. But takes on Forest, Sunderland, Tottenham, Wolves, Burnley in the next 5.
Jeez, that's a good run.
I'm buying him before I'm selling him.
Jeez, that's it. Especially Forest under Ange look horrible. Sunderland at home, that's good looks. Tottenham, whatever. Wolves at home, that's glorious. And Burnley away, that's okay, but it's still good. It's Burnley. I do not sell João Pedro at this rate. Just hold him. He's going to get good ball.
We got a double Tottenham of Mickey van der Ven and Richarlison, absolutely Van der Ven, 7.88. The defense probably hasn't looked as solid at the back as what we sort of expected, or not expected, but as what it did at the start of the season. I know that you went very, very big on Tottenham defense, and it probably hasn't paid dividends for you. Do take on Aston Villa, who have found a little bit of attacking prowess, but the concern here is off the back of a 6-pointer and a 5-pointer against Wolves and Leeds. Does take on Villa, Everton, Chelsea, United, Arsenal in the next 5. So all 5 of those teams can probably find the back of the net.
Yeah, this is situational. So if you started with Van der Ven, now's the week to jump off. If you bought him when he was 7.7 after that West Ham game, I hope you hold him right down till he's 5.3 again. Because why? Anyway, I can understand the sell no matter what. Tottenham's just looked ordinary.
Yeah, I mean, they just sort of spurs it up a little bit. And Richarlison sell. Number 5, mate. Actually, we'll do a triple Tottenham because at number 6 is Papa Matasar.
Yep, sell him too.
7.74 has made 3 million this year. Sell him absolutely. We move into a Liverpool double, and I asked you before we started recording: are these in the right order? Are these not in the buys? Are these the buys or the sells? And you were adamant these are the sells. But number 5 is Mohamed Salah. Number 7, Virgil van Dijk. Both these guys I spoke about a little bit earlier, as I think they're prime candidates to be buying this week rather than selling. I'd love to hear your thoughts.
If you are selling Virgil van Dijk, seriously, why and who to? I would love to know who to.
So Daniel Munoz, and that's it.
I wouldn't even get close to doing that. Wouldn't even get close. Those boys I'm buying before I sell them. Do not let's just make it quick and easy. Just don't sell them if you have them.
Especially Mohamed Salah. Like if you've come this far, you've lost 6.5. The fixture's about to turn for the best. Like it's Mohamed Salah.
Can we just give a quick shout out to he's meant to be number 10, who is currently at 0010 right now. Florian Wirtz.
Florian, German fraud.
What a guy! How much is Florian right now? Actually, that's quick little side topic.
I don't know.
4.9. What a guy!
Oh, maybe we were so keen to start with Sheshko, Ikatike, and Wirtz at the start of the year.
My God, that could have been something.
Number 8, Cole Palmer, absolutely sell. Number 10 is Rodri, 4.15. I'd be holding, getting further assessment on this injury. But number 9, Anton Stach, talk of the town 2 weeks ago. The streets turn on you pretty quickly, but he is 9 million. He's made 4.5. Does take on Burnley this week. I'm unsure because I didn't love the purchase weeks ago, but
first non-90-minute game kind of concerns me.
I think it was more tactical looking at the rotations. Like it wasn't.
Yeah,
I don't think it was like a hooking. I think it was just we need to change something up against Tottenham. But still put up 6 points in 67 minutes. Still really good. Like DEFCON for him.
I'm happy to admit Anton Stach is a fantastic footballer, but he might land in the Juve category of just he's made his money. Even if you bought him, he's made you what since you bought him. Damn near 2 mil. Yeah,
I'm
you
probably
take
more
that.
inclined to hold Burnley, West Ham, Brighton, Forest.
Yeah, but aren't you going to trust Leeds?
No, but
thing who do you sell him to? Actually,
I'll trust a guy. I'll trust a guy on free kicks that's playing quite advanced. And that's the thing. Who do you sell to? Probably Eze, but that's it. I'm keen to hold for the next month.
Oh Jesus Christ! I just opened up the midfielder filter and saw James Garner's the 3rd top scoring midfielder. Okay, that says enough. That's all. Just hold. You can hold him, I guess.
Just hold. Let's move into captaincy chat for the week.
This was the no-brainer. This was the banker. This was the one that couldn't fail. This was one that's never failed.
Shock horror. Erling Haaland at home against Everton is the top captain of the week. Copy and paste for the next 31 weeks. But we do have Bukayo Saka away against Fulham. I think this is a nice matchup at Craven Cottage. And we do have Mohamed Salah at Anfield against United. You've written these notes, so I would imagine that you agree on these 3 picks. I would hope so.
I mean, yeah, I did write them 3 in that order. So, yeah.
I'm breaking the fourth wall here. I do agree. João Pedro against Forest.
You might not agree with, though.
No, I do agree with João Pedro. I do agree with Cucurella. Like, you want to be taking a fly, especially when you got a guy like Haaland. Like, you want to be taking flyers and just praying something comes off. But yeah, really happy to take a flyer on Cucurella or Pedro. Really comes down to your AEs though. It comes down to sort of how many NPRs you have and where are they playing within the thing. Like for me, for example, I've only got Tyra, and he is playing sort of middle.
It's the second game. Like they all play he's in the 1 o'clock time slot.
Yeah, in the 1 o'clock slot. So like it's just
a Forest player.
And I am not vice captaining Morgan Gibbs-White. Just a hot take for anyone out there. So João Pedro, Cucurella, both good moves. And you've put big Machine Gun Kelly, Nick Voldemarte, away against Brighton.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like the matchup against Brighton's pretty good. Just big, tall guy. They've only really got one tall centre back. If they can isolate, third most traded in Van Hecker. If they can isolate him, then I think there's definitely attacking contributions to be had for Nick Voldemarte this week. Sorry's on pens. Just a little sneaky one. If you got him, I'm happy to say chuck the VC on him. My VC's going on Haaland personally, but we'll get to that in very, very soon.
Let's move into our moves and strategies for the week. We'll try and get this one wrapped up in under an hour.
The game's gone, isn't it? The game's gone. The game's gone. The game's gone.
The game's gone. Game's gone.
Yes,
Game's
Ange,
gone.
the game has gone ahead. Just
Sounds so Aussie.
Mate, I sent you my trades this week. I think they are ridiculous in terms of like name value. Breaking the fourth wall a bit, believe last week or the week before I did Ekatike to Shesko, which freed me up like 3 million. So I had like 3 million in the bank, and I did, I think I did Diouf to what's his name? Saliba. So yeah, banked a bit of cash. So had a bit in the money. I think I only had like 2.7, 2.9. But I'm looking at my first boost this week, and I do say goodbye to Joe Rodon, averaging 8 points this year at bottom dollar. I'm saying goodbye to Igor Thiago, averaging 9.3 at bottom dollar. And I'm saying goodbye to Kenan Jusbury-Hall. We discussed this 2 weeks ago that if you were it was okay to hold one more week because he wasn't playing, but would probably look at moving him on. So I'm selling those 3. Literally, these are like home brand picks, and I'm getting like prime sirloin. I'm getting Virgil van Dijk, Mohamed Salah, and Richie Eze for Rodon, Thiago, and Jusbury-Hall with 90,000 left in the bank. It's insane.
Disgusting. That's so disgusting.
Yeah, really happy that I've been a little bit patient with trades at the start of the year. Like doing stuff like this pays off. Like first boost of the year coming in game week 8. So yeah, I mean Verge, Mohamed Salah, and Eze for Rodon, Thiago, and Jusbury-Hall. So that's something that I've pretty much locked in. I'd be hard pressed to get off that. What are you looking at, my friend?
Yeah, so just to give the people a quick update of what I did last week. I know we revealed it in the WhatsApp, but for the people that aren't in there, join if you aren't. It's free. Just message one of us.
Reach out to us. Yes,
we'll get you in there. Last week got rid of Lucas Bergvall, who topped out after 2 pretty underwhelming weeks. Still made me 2 mil, so we take that. Kenan Jusbury-Hall, who has been my guy since the start of the season, still love him, always will. That free kick, yellow card shouldn't have been a thing. And also Harry Tyra, Everton's future number 1, also out. Mainly just because I bought a certain Liverpool goalkeeper the week before, who then proceeded to, get injured. So thanks, Alison Becker. I really appreciate that, mate. Yes, Tyra went out for Mamardashvili, so I doubled up on Liverpool, and I plan on running that for the rest of the season. I'm happy with it. Got in Sean Longstaff as a bit of my last cash grab. Is the hope with it is if I go the last one, then I'll have enough to just get whoever I want. I won't need to mess around with making money and whatnot. And bringing back Jared Bowen after me selling him 3 weeks ago, him having 3 pretty decent weeks, and then him blanking the week I brought in. So shout out you, Jared. You're still my guy. This week, mate, as I said, sort of near the top of the show, it's a defensive sweepstakes. We're supermarket sweep of defenses, deal or no deal of defenses, whatever you want to call it. El Hadji Malik Diouf and Patrick Dorgu both making their way out for either, and I've discussed this, I've tossed this up multiple times. It's either Saliba and just anyone pretty much, or it's Van Dijk and like a Malo Gusto, who I really liked in the midfield for Chelsea. I've landed right now on Saliba and Sven Botman. Newcastle's run's really nice. I really like their clean sheet potential. And Botman just has, it was between him and Malik Thiaw. Botman sort of has better underlying stats. The injury history for Botman does worry me, but he is 1,000,000% best 11 when healthy. And yes, someone has to drop out if they potentially move Dan Burn out of left back. And I think Thiaw's probably going to be the guy that probably hits the bench before Botman does. So, Dorgu and Diouf for Saliba and Botman. And hopefully can save some trades for the next few weeks. Don't have to make any is the plan. But we'll see how we go.
Yeah, no, it's definitely beefing up the defense does help. I am enjoying looking at Saliba and Van Dijk and not Rodon and Diouf.
Mate,
In terms of, yeah, I mean, to be fair,
not
they
seeing
perform
not
very
seeing
well.
Dorgu and Diouf and seeing a back four of Porro, Botman, Kukurea, and Saliba has me geeking. Love it.
Yeah, no, I'm the same. In terms of like my start sits this week, I think I'm looking at playing a 4-4-2. Shout out to Brexit Ball. I am benching my boy Truffet at Crystal Palace. I'm benching Xavi Simmons and benching Shesko. So it would be Tyre in goal, which is effectively Sanchez, Van Dijk, Hartman versus Leeds. Kukurea has the VC and Saliba. Bowen, Bruno as a Randers, and Haaland and Salah up top. So, I'll tell you what, that is nice to say. It's nice to say Haaland, Salah up top. So hopefully Salah can.
It's cheeky. It's very cheeky. Yeah, I'm currently on the same as you, 4-4-2. Allison as a starting keeper, but it's really Mamadashvili. Allison will be the loop. Pedro Porras, Ben Botman, Mark Kukurea, William Saliba, benching Quindashili Hartman. Jared Bowen has the captaincy on him so far. Potential to change, but it's realistically going to be Erling Haaland. Let's be honest here.
Yep.
As much as I hope Everton can hold a clean sheet against City, I'm not holding out too much hope, especially with no attacking flair of Jack Grealish. But yeah, Jared Bowen with the captaincy. Bruno, Sean Longstaff gets the start against Burnley. Tajani Reinders as well, and yeah, benching Grealish obviously have to with the No Parenthood Club fun. Haaland with the vice captain, Mohamed Kudus, and benching Igor Thiago against West Ham. Potential to change there too between Kudus and Thiago, but that's a middle of the week decision. But Brexit 4-4-2 seems the way to go this week.
4-4-2, absolutely. And a deadline reminder this week for you, ladies and gentlemen out there, 98% gentlemen, 2% ladies. We are 10:30 for Saturday, the 18th of October. So a late deadline, which is fantastic. We can swing right into Goal Rush where we have 5 games at Goal Rush. So what a time for my sleeping pattern on Saturday morning.
Only really one of them is going to contain goals.
Brighton Newcastle is a stinker. Burnley Leeds is a stinker. Palace Bournemouth could be kind of hot.
Palace at home, they're boring as well, remember.
City, Everton, I don't know what to expect there. And oh boy, game of the round, Sunderland versus Wolverhampton.
You know, every single week when I do the notes, I always look at the Wolves matchup and decide, is there a guy here who I could just randomly captain just because they're playing Wolves? The guy I looked at this week was Omar Alderete or whatever is the centre back. Yeah, who's like 10 million for whatever reason. Shout out him.
All right. If we're talking about captaining him, I think it's time to wrap it up. Finally, after about 3 weeks, you're back with Talking Tactics. Thank you for sitting through. We're a little bit of a shorter episode this week, trying to experiment with taking some segments out and shortening it up a little bit because an hour sounds like a pretty good time. But I've been the SC Whisperer, joined by SC Deadly. This is Talking Tactics, an Insight Fantasy Sport podcast. We will see you next week, pending Deadly's sickness. Thank you for listening.
We're good.
Thank you for listening, and we'll see you next week. Have a good one.